and racism.
That's
The
tight.
first Undoing Racism workshop included child advocate staff, volunteers, judicial officers from Marion County Juvenile Court, and the people from the Department of Child
That's my
Services.
Sora. What's up,
Today,
Sora?
workshops are attended
Yeah, I go right there. Look, that's day 2 right there.
inside and outside
Oh, look at
the
these babies. Oh,
participants allowed us to interview before, during, and after the workshop to show their individual journeys through the process of understanding the Undoing Racism principles. To honor all participants of the workshop and to protect the integrity of the workshop itself, we did not film with sound during the workshops.
And mostly, when I was growing up, I didn't really even think that race was an issue because I didn't see people of color around me, and I didn't see them having different experiences with me. And I thought that every student in America went to a nice, quaint little school in a nice little farming community and didn't have issues with race. I thought everyone lived the life that I did.
Racism is a lot of fear, a lot of unknown, a lot of ignorance, and believing that this group of people, you know, they could be here to take away from my community, or they could be dangerous, or, you know, they're uneducated based off of what they see. There's a lot of ignorance and a lot of unknown in regards to racism and hatred.
Well, as I grew up in a very homogenous community, and I would say that racism was alive but kind of undercover, in the sense that different races lived in Omaha. They lived in the big city, and we weren't around the big city. The closest different race to where I grew up was a Native American reservation. And so there were Indian kids that played on their sports teams. I wouldn't say there was a lot of talk about that differences, but there were certainly implied differences among the people that I grew up with, that the reservation kids were not the same as us. The races in Omaha were not the same as us. And I pretty much got the feeling that they were not the same, meaning not as good as us. And I grew up with that. I didn't really meet a lot of different races until I was in college. So I didn't have any experience with different people that I personally knew until I was in college.
Being here, I felt like I have experienced things that maybe I was sheltered from growing up in a small town in southern Indiana, like Jeffersonville. I don't know if I was prepared to deal with the poverty that I have seen.
Hey, he go to our church, don't he?
I didn't really
Cause he,
Eddie Owens is with the 10-point
it was a guy that we seen at Eddie Owens' restaurant. I forget his name though.
Kids came from two-parent homes, coming to this parish, and being in this neighborhood. You know, it was shocking that 8 out of 10 children were growing up in a single-parent household.
As the workshop gets closer, I'm feeling excited to broaden my horizons, definitely. I'm also a little nervous to say the wrong thing or to recognize things in myself that I might not want to see. But they need to be seen and they need to be worked with if I want to make any change in this world.
Honestly, I'm tired of talking about race. I wish it did not exist. I wish it was not a factor, because it is the root of a lot of evil and things that happen just within the world. So it's something that I wish that we did not have to talk about, but I understand that it's necessary and it's very important and vital, especially with things that are going on currently, you know, with police brutality and just with crime within Indianapolis itself. It's a conversation that has to happen, and it's education that's very valuable and important. So even though I'm not excited to continue to talk about race, I am anticipating learning more and being able to have a different perspective and understanding.
First of all, I'm very excited to be able to take it. I think that there's not that opportunity for everyone to take it.
Yeah, it's dope, man. I'm pretty sure they're gonna have it next year too.
I am gonna find out something about myself that I don't know. That's important to me to be able to find it out so I can make the changes. I hope that I'm not a racist. I hope I haven't done things that are incorrect. But
The sad
I
part
think this
about
class
it
is
is
going to tell
you
me
don't
that.
even know.
I think what's piquing my interest about the workshop is certainly to learn and to have that dialogue about it. It's always interesting
So you was in the
to
class
hear
with them?
different people.
Some of them look familiar, but others
and
don't.
maybe it may give me
Like I'm not sure if he was in that particular class or not. But they've done it a couple times since my class went.
From a different perspective. So certainly I will bring my experience into this workshop, but I'm open to hearing what really has to be said, and maybe that will either change my perspective on it or reaffirm what I have been feeling internally.
Day one of the workshop is an important beginning to approaching
Where you
race
at,
and
babe?
I'm
racism.
to the right.
People's Institute
But nah, this
principles.
I wouldn't.
Participants
This is a
sit in
different
a
class
circle,
right here.
Start the day going around the room, introducing themselves. Key topics discussed on day one are understanding poverty's role in our communities and defining power in communities.
Yeah, this is different one.
Day one also establishes a common definition of race and racism.
There is a feeling of curiosity, of wanting to seek more knowledge, especially regarding the history around the way the hierarchy of races were developed in the first place.
Well, what really shocked me was learning about the arbitrary racial classifications that were come up with to justify white supremacy, basically, and European supremacy, and how these categories just kind of were based on very arbitrary notions like physical appearance, and how they were used to